Hi everyone. Today we will be making together Moroccan Msemen bread, which is what you see right here. Very soft, flaky, and very delicious. Usually this bread is made only with flour, semolina, salt, water, and sometimes yeast, but I will be adding to it a little bit of vanilla extract and vanilla sugar just to add something different. I hope you enjoyed the video, and let's get started with the ingredients. We will be needing 500 grams of white flour, 150 grams of semolina flour, a very fine semolina flour, 1 tablespoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of vanilla sugar, 1 tablespoon of regular sugar, half a teaspoon of dried yeast or instant yeast. Later on, we will need about 150 grams of semolina flour, 150 grams of butter, 1 cup of vegetable oil, and 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. I am going to be using my stand mixer to make the bread, but you can easily make the same bread equally as good by hands. I am adding to the bowl of the stand mixer the white flour, the semolina flour, and the salt. I will be mixing in the salt because I don't want that to interfere with the yeast. I will be adding the yeast, the vanilla sugar, and the regular sugar. I will be adding as well about 1 cup of warm water just to make sure that the yeast is well dissolved. I'm using the hook of the stand mixer just to mix the yeast in with the flour. I'm gonna give it about 2 minutes before I start adding more water and turning the mixer on. I will be adding warm water slowly. I didn't mention the water in the ingredients because I forgot, but I used about 3 cups of warm water. Add the water slowly while the machine is kneading the dough. What you're looking for is a soft dough that's very elastic and very soft. You don't want a sticky dough, but you don't want a hard dough as well. You don't want the bread to come out hard and dry. Use, like I'm doing here, a tray. Oil it very well, or you can simply use your work surface, whatever work surface you have, as long as it's smooth. I'm making small balls. I'm making about 16. I'm making small because I'll be using 2 balls for each bread, so they have to be small, otherwise the bread is going to be too big. Oil your hands lightly and oil the balls because we don't want the bread to the dough to harden or dry. So make sure that the dough is well oiled. I'm going to cover it with plastic wrap and let the dough rest for about 30 minutes before moving on to the next step. Make sure that the butter you're using is at room temperature. Mix well with the oil. Add in the vanilla extract and mix well. Make sure that the work surface is well oiled. I'll be using 2 balls for each bread. Flatten each ball to about a quarter of an inch thick. Butter one of the balls or one of the pieces of dough with a good amount of butter and oil. Sprinkle a little bit of semolina and place the second circle of the dough on top and flatten the two together to make a circle. Make it as thin as you can using your fingers, like I'm using here, like I'm doing here. We are going to butter the dough again, and we are going to use about 1 teaspoon of the semolina flour, and we will fold the dough like so. Each time we are going to fold the dough, we will be using a little bit of the butter oil mixture and the semolina. This is what's going to give the bread the flakiness and the softness that it's going to make it, msemen, or what it's going to give it the look and the texture that we were looking for. So each time we are going to fold, before we fold, we are going to butter the dough and sprinkle more semolina. Tuck the two ends inside like so. Repeat the same steps with the remaining dough balls. Cover the dough as a second time and allow to rest for about 10 minutes before trying to flatten um, the rolls that we made, using always the butter and the oil mixture that we prepared or we mixed. At this point, you should have a skillet heating up over medium-high heat. You can use any kind of skillet you have. You don't have to use a specific one. A non-stick one would work just as well as a heavy cast iron skillet. Drizzle a few drops of oil when the skillet is hot and place the bread on the hot skillet. Turn after about 3 seconds. Oil or butter, whatever fat you choose to use. Because the butter has milk in it, it gives this lovely golden brown color to the bread. The bread is ready. It's very flaky, very soft, and very delicious, and there is this gentle aroma of vanilla that's coming out of it. I hope you enjoy the video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. Leave me your comments, your questions, your requests below the video. I hope you try the bread. If not, I hope it gives you an idea of how the bread is made. Bon appetit and see you soon. Bye.